What's going on, everybody? Week 11 here in the 410 Wing Sprint Car. I'm back for only two more videos after this. So for these official season weeks, anyway. If you didn't watch the 360 video yet, I mentioned in there that after this season, I don't know how much I'll be posting official setup stuff. So the Discord's going to kind of transition into what I run in leagues, and the YouTube will kind of transition into league replays and things like that. Where I think a lot of people strive to get better. I think that'll help a lot of people. The tracks get much slicker in a league race than they do in an official, and I think that'll be more beneficial than doing another official season setup shop type deal again. That probably won't benefit too many people. I'm gonna put the setup on the screen here real quick for you guys for this week. We're gonna go. We're gonna do two different things on this setup. So, and I'll show you the laps and why I think this 3-3 or 4-4 type shock on the left rear is pretty bit of kind of beneficial to what I've been struggling with pretty much my whole iRacing quote unquote career. So one of two ways you can run this: 4-4 or 4-9. I like them both. The 4-9, I've talked about it for a few weeks now. Seems like the stiffer this rebound, the bumpier the bumps are, really. So, well, keeping that in mind, I've kind of transitioned away from even going too high on the right rear rebound. But it seems like the left rear really is kind of the key here. I did go up to 6.5 on the right rear this week to kind of tighten up that entry just a little bit and keep me kind of straighter on the straightaways too, I felt like. So, especially down the backstretch where it's kind of really hard to get into the throttle. But so the left rear shock, nothing else really crazy in the setup. We're doing the reverse split again. I'm just liking that. I've mentioned that in the 360 video too. I don't know why. I'm just liking that reverse split right now. So I'm going to show you some laps here. A couple different stretches. 20 to 29 is on the 4-4. And then 31 to 38 is on the 4-9. You will see that I did run my fastest lap here at the end on the 4-9, and I absolutely just sent it. Like, I was almost wide open like the whole time, and had a really great entry in the 3 and 4 and just nailed the cushion and kind of just no holds barred. Like, I was just like, I'm gonna. This is my last lap. I'm gonna crash or I'm gonna nail a line. So could I've been faster on the 4-4? I don't know. I guess I wasn't pushing the car as hard as I did on this final lap here, but you can see, I mean, the lap times are all pretty similar. 12.2s, 12.1s. I'd sneak in a 12.4 or something ridiculously high, like if I tap the wall on the top of 3 and 4. 12.3s here to start out on the 4.9. Then I got the 12.2, 12.1, or that's a 15.1. Funny story here. Coming to this one, something got in my eye, so I stopped this lap completely. And during the whole turn 2, scratching it and then got back in it. But yeah, back to 12.1, 12.2, 12.1, and then bam, a 12.088. So I'm going to show you the fastest lap on the 4-4, which I think was this one. Yeah, lifting a lot more even in 1 and 2 than I did on this other lap, I know for sure. So that's that one. And then I'll show you this one real quick. A lot more throttle there after lifting for the entry. And a really nice wide entry. That really snapped me into the turn. Hitting that bump right. Oh, shoot. Hitting that bump right there kind of really got me sideways, but it ended up being perfect. I was able to just kind of wall ride, and you guys know how good wall riding is. And then I hit the wall on the line. Going into my next lap probably wouldn't have been very good because I would have flown into the wall. But like I said, it was full send on that lap to try and nail a heater And that's going to be the line come feature time. The track's going to get all the way slick, and the bottom's just not going to be there. If you can hit the cushion perfect or above average for 30 laps, you're going to win the race. So that's the line there. Now I'm going to slow it down and show you just this left rear shock here, like on the front stretch where, so if we're looking at it, bumps don't look that bad. And then coming here, bumps look kind of a lot more violent, right? Like, it's just the whole front end. Let's go rear chase here. You can really tell from this angle. The whole, like, front end is just bouncing all the way off the ground. And the right tire is completely leaving the dirt. And then you come up here and look at, like, one of these laps. And it's just smooth. It bounced up maybe an inch right there. Whoop. And I don't know if it ever came off the ground completely, but it's just so smooth. I mean, on every lap. Back up a little bit here. Look how high I was there, and the car didn't lift at all off the ground. So, I decided to kind of inspect the car a little bit. Lap 24 here. We're on the 4-4 coming out of. Let's go here. Coming out of turn 4 where the front stretch gets pretty bumpy, and you can watch this front shock. It compresses, right? The bump, aka the bump, it compresses and then it rebounds really quickly, and that's kind of like that. I've been joking around calling it like it just feels like a Cadillac. It's just the super soft shocks on it is, I think, allowing the left rear to keep contact with the dirt, and it's not. So my theory is that if I have the rebound too stiff at a 9, for example, and the bump at like a 3 or a 4, it's compressing really quickly, and then once it compresses really quickly from a bump or whatever, and then the car kind of lifts up and gets up off the ground, it's not able to rebound fast enough, aka pull out of the shaft, and keep the tire contacted with the ground, and that's kind of my theory on why the 4-4 or the 3-3 is making the bumps at all these tracks feel so much better for me, and why the 3-9 or the 4-9, when you hit those bumps, it just feels so violent, and it's almost like we've been trying to correct the front end this whole season, right? Like, I can't get the front end to stop hopping like I'm going over whoops, and this whole time it might have been the rear end. So we've got one week after this to figure it out, and I know next week I'm leaving the 4 over 6.5 here on the right rear to just keep it simple for now. But I am gonna do some kind of wacky stuff over the next week or so if I still have my rig. The floor is getting closer to this room. So if you guys have missed a few videos, my whole house is being remodeled and the floor is getting ripped up. So pretty soon I'm going to be without my rig here for a while. So once we get to this room, I don't know how long it's going to take to get back on. So I hope I get time to test out like a 3-4 maybe on like a right rear. I don't know. I'm just going to try wacky stuff. So, but yeah, like I said, the 4-9, it keeps you a little bit looser coming out of the corner. And I'll, just run this real quick, slow again. This is the 4-4. So if I let this go full speed, it's hard to tell. So that's why I kind of slowed it down. But if you could just see that. I mean, you can even look at the bar going across here. It's allowing the shock to do what it's meant to do, like keep the tire contacted with the dirt. And then you come down here to 4-9, and we're just bouncing all over the place. And to me, it's because the rebound is so stiff. It shoots in, and then it doesn't rebound or release it fast enough to keep that left rear down on the ground, and it's making the car shake all kinds of crazy because the weight starts shaking all violent all over the car. So Softer the shocks when the bumps start to really get hectic and crazy out there seems to be the answer for rebound as well. So something to keep in mind if you guys want to maybe test something on your own this week as well. But yeah, I'm going to throw this up in the Discord with both. And then that way you guys don't have to worry about forgetting to change something or whatever, or opening the wrong one. So this one will be the 4.9. It'll say 4.9. The other one will be 4.4. It'll say 4.4. And then, like I said, I think next week is Weed Sport for the 410 maybe, and then I think the 360 is Cedar Lake. It's weird. It like flip-flopped finally, where the 360 followed the 410. But I'm going to experiment with the right rear shock now. I think, we've kind of done our due diligence on the left rear. And we'll go figure out what that big right rear tire's got for us, if there's any secrets on that side of the car. But that's kind of it for this week, guys. Like I said, if you can rail a cushion for 30 solid laps and be just above average at it, not dead on perfect. I ran a lot of really good laps up here that I was really happy with. And again, it's one of those tracks where it's hard to pass. It's one line. The only way to really pass is once you get to this point here in the corner and the slick is all the way out to here. If it gets there, there will be a little moisture line that stays kind of wet through here. You can cut down off the wall right here and drive through it, but you've got to be pointed straight. You've got to get turned down and then go. You can't be full throttle trying to go through this slick. You've got to get out of it and let yourself roll down the hill about 80-ish%, I would say, on the throttle. It gets a little flat here on the exit of 4, so guys lose momentum trying to run all the way around the top when the slick gets all the way up there. So point yourself down this hill and staying in the banking, as it ends up being a little bit faster than getting out here on this flat stuff when it gets a little bit higher in the slick. But that's really the only tips I got for this week, man. If you can start out front, make sure you stay there, because if you get past or if you get stuck behind somebody, good luck passing them, because this is one of the hardest tracks to pass on. It slicks off faster than any other track in iRacing for whatever reason. I'll show you a kind of a, let me see if I have like a blimp here. Yeah, we got a chopper view. So here's my lap 1. That's the slick on lap 1. Let me see if I can pull this out a little bit. So there's slick on lap 1. Oh, I can't move this. There we go. So that's kind of the slick area on lap 1. And then we'll go look all the way at my last lap, lap 49. You can see how much it's gotten thin out here. I've pretty much taken the whole width of the right rear through the corners and worn it out. And that's just 49 laps by myself, running one line over and over. You can see a nice beefy cushion to put the right rear in. Nice grip underneath there. And then just 49 laps later, the entry gets nice and wide and it gets real thin and it's completely gone there. So over the course of practice laps, qualifying laps, a couple heat races, maybe a consi, this track will look like this in your officials. So just be prepared for that. That's kind of why I built this car, with that reverse split. I think that's really been helping me be stable and stuff in the slick lately. So I hope you guys have been enjoying that. If you haven't, let me know. We can walk through some things and see what we can figure out for you. But that's it for me. I'm going to check out of here and then probably get started pretty soon on the right rear shock theory stuff. So if I figure anything out, you guys will be the first ones to know. But have a good week and good luck out there.